We explore active serial killer hotspots for a living, but what we found waiting for us in those woods was too close for comfort. My name is Julian, and I've spent the last few years traveling to some of the most unsettling, abandoned locations in the world as a dark tourist. Back in February 2026, a fellow explorer named Marcus and I decided to investigate an isolated patch of woodland that the locals always warned people to avoid. The forest had a notoriously grim reputation, full of old animal bones and an unnaturally heavy silence, but we figured it was just local folklore. We began our trek in the lower section of the woods, navigating through the dense, overgrown thickets. Within minutes, the sound of heavy footsteps echoed from the ridge above us. We weren't easily rattled, so we decided to climb up to locate the source. The upper woods bordered a few remote, scattered properties, including one house right on the tree line equipped with a bright motion-activated security light. As we pushed deeper into the brush, we noticed something highly unusual. Bright red ribbons were tightly tied around the trees and bushes all around us, like a trail markers for something sinister. Suddenly, the footsteps returned, crashing through the lower woods as if a figure had just sprinted out from the shadows. Intrigued, Marcus and I hiked toward a small, abandoned stone shelter we had spotted on the map. Inside, the atmosphere completely shifted. Someone had recently set up a staging area. In the center of the stone room sat a lone chair that wasn't there before. Spread out around it were black leather gloves, torn civilian clothing, defaced posters, and a metallic, silver Halloween-style mask. Tucked directly under the chair was a small, serrated knife. Realizing we might be trespassing on someone's active, twisted playground, we did a quick sweep of the perimeter and began hiking back down. Near the exit of the tree line, we caught a glimpse of a strange, disheveled man matching the build of the figure we heard running earlier, but he quickly vanished into the brush. We waited until dusk, around 6 p.m., to head back in for night footage. The moment we stepped under the canopy, the air felt suffocatingly heavy. Staying in the lower valley, we suddenly saw the motion light on the ridge house flare to life. A tall, dark silhouette slowly paced across the yard. The light cut out. A few seconds later, it triggered again. The exact same silhouette paced back, deliberately slow, as if he knew we were watching from the dark below. Marcus pulled out his high-powered binoculars and focused on the ridge. His breath instantly hitched. He handed them to me, and when I looked through the lenses, my blood ran cold. Standing directly under the floodlight was the man, wearing the metallic silver mask, staring dead at us. He slowly raised the small knife, glinting in the artificial light. We didn't say a word. We turned and sprinted out of those woods, retreating back to our base camp to confirm we had both witnessed the same nightmare. The next morning, fueled by adrenaline, we went back to document the stone shelter. The clearing was completely stripped bare. The chair, the clothes, and the silver mask were completely gone. The only thing left behind were dozens of brand new, freshly tied red ribbons bleeding against the gray bark of the trees. We never found out who he was, but as experienced explorers, we know when a territory doesn't belong to us. What would you have done if you were in our place?